Hello everybody, it's Moustache here. You're watching another Moustache video. Welcome. Today we're playing CBT with Yuuka Kazami. CBT in this case stands for, as I've seen from the Steam page at least, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. So this is a blind playthrough. I don't know much about Tuhu. It's a vague awareness I've had, watching other people play games, perhaps slightly, or even just mention it. But I myself have never seen it barely at all, and have definitely never ever played a game. So this is definitely my first Tuhu game, and definitely a first of a kind of its kind of video on this channel. So this is a blind playthrough. Let's go right in. Let's start. And you walk along your way to the forest and search for the field of sunflowers. After some time, you come across this sunflower garden. You meet the person you're looking for. I guess I can't commentate the whole entire thing if it's going to be like this. Really don't want you stepping on these sunflowers. I really don't want you stepping on me. You'll hurt the poor, tortured souls that live inside them. If this is a Tuhu thing, I'm not aware. And there's music.
Yes, I am in fact here for the CBT session. It's like to keep to myself and enjoy the company of flowers all year round. But I figured it can't hurt to learn more about humans and how their minds work. So I picked up a psychology book that the Ask You Guys shop owner had like around the store. It was there. I learned about cognitive behavioral therapy. Seemed pretty useful. I couldn't help but want to share with a few humans. And here we go. So glad you could bring. Really glad you could bring. Really glad you could go. Anything. So glad you could join. The human's mind. It's deep, it was like amazing, okay. Yes. Maybe the spark for it. Our brain is ultimately trying to protect itself, so sometimes it overreacts to things that aren't really viable threats to our safety and well-being. I don't feel safe at this moment. I don't feel safe right now. I don't feel comfortable. But let's continue. These irrational thoughts can cause us to feel problems to anything else. So maybe I need this. That's where cognitive behavioral therapy comes in. Essentially, cognitive behavioral therapy uses like-based trainings to help mediate its form up in our problems to bring a rationality. So it's only natural. Ground ourselves with logic and reason can help us get better. It can't change everything, but it certainly changes how we react. And by changing how we react, we can eventually change how we deal with you. We build it to its great flat circle, like time, just like nature itself. Kind of beautiful when you think about that a bit. With cognitive behavioral therapy, you can take some steps to find this place for yourself. With that said, this is different from simply giving you advice. The actual activity is have to try multiple times to see results soon. But you wouldn't have to come all this way to not put in some effort, right? It wouldn't be very nice to waste your time here. Or my time. It would be nice. And all. With that said, let's begin the first most.
I don't know. They seemingly completely ignored you. Now tell me, what is the reason for this? What usually comes to your mind when something like this happens? Finally, I knew this game was going to be like this. Here I was just expecting to read the dialogue for 20 minutes, but I get to do an option. My friend hates me. My friend was mad at me over something I did. I must be dumb, stupid, and ugly. I'm definitely, yes, it must be that way, because I didn't do any of those other things. Now, that's an uncommon thought. Well, as you have just demonstrated, it's easy to jump to a conclusion and think it must be our fault when something like this happens. However, it's mostly an emotional side talking to us this way. I'm sorry, did I read that wrong? Now, I will demonstrate some more logical grounds as to why your friend might have ignored you. but has been busy with something that took him. Okay, they simply, nah, I'm not gonna read that one either. See, isn't that better? Don't you find it's much more likely that they just didn't hear you, and then just hating you for something you're not even sure what made them upset? Next time you think such negative thoughts, try to counter it with logic. Oh God. No. Still thinking, they walked past me because they hate me. Try something much more logical, such as, hey, they were probably busy with something and simply didn't hear me. Of course. It doesn't apply to just friends, it can apply to anything. For instance, I myself don't particularly have any close friends, but I still worry about some things. When I go flower gazing, a thought will pop in my head. I'll think, oh no, what if someone interrupts my gazing and ruins the flowers I enjoy watching so much? But then I go, oh, don't worry, the moment he so much increases these flowers, I'll slowly turn them inside out with my pinky finger and make it family. Oh, but such a thing doesn't really relate to you. Here's one. Let's say you want to go to the doctor, but you're scared of needles and don't want to seriously injure. Once again, just challenge it with logic. Counter it with something like she's a trained professional who has done this countless times. The chances of anything going seriously wrong are extremely low. Now I hope you get the general idea. Overall, if you have any negative thoughts that are causing you unease, you should try to challenge them. Logic-based thoughts. Oh, I wouldn't try to have grand arguments with yourself in your head. Just simply address the thoughts. And remember, you don't have to entirely believe what you counter it. What the? What? Okay, I'm not sure if Yuuka Kazami is a trained cognitive behavioral therapist, but okay. The important thing is to just respond in an appropriate manner. That's what I'm looking for your first lesson. It's only the last part that really kind of scared me there. Now on to the next lesson. This one is about thought journals. Thought journals. Thought journals are the use of writing down your negative feelings and identifying patterns of harmful and often illogical thinking, then challenging those lines of thinking with more helpful, balanced, logical thoughts. I'm taking this in the same way you are, okay? Please, don't leave. I'm sorry. Please, don't leave. First, write out what exactly is causing you distress and why. Be as specific as you can. Write down what you're feeling. You can even know the intensity of how you feel. Don't be afraid to be dramatic even. Okay, sorry. Then, when you have written it out, identify the portions of what irrational thinking present and what you have written. Stop, please. And with that, you should have had an understanding of what a thought journal is and how to use it. It involves more effort. What could be more? Stop. On to the final lesson. Alright guys, we're almost finished here. Don't leave, just stick around. On to the final lesson. This one is called belief experimentation. This one is a step further from what you've learned so far. This is one of the most powerful CBT strategies you can learn. Strategy. You can learn. As the name implies, a belief experiment is when you act out on something that you think may cause you distress, and then nothing would actually happen when you acted it out. I read that verbatim. Since our negative feelings are not based on reality, acting them out and noting what happened is one of the best ways you can ease troubles. I read that verbatim to the best of my ability. This is because more often than This is because more often than not, what actually transpired doesn't match with what we thought would happen in our minds. Now, to get started, first, start by writing down the experiment. you're going to do that based on your troubles. Then write down what you think is going to happen. So actually what you're going to do is just write down your troubles and then write down what you're going to do to solve them, and then write down what you think is going to happen when you do that. Next, perform your experiment, whatever that be. So I hope it wasn't weird, because you're going to have to do this in public. Then you write down what actually ended up happening, what you've learned from it. And I understand if you can't get a pen and paper or anything if you're in prison now. Was it as bad as you thought it was? Was it a positive or negative outcome? What you could do with this again in the future? Did it ease your troubles? Just like a thought journal. Reflection is the key. I know. I'll perform the belief experiment myself. I already finished some of it anyway. Here goes. Experiment. I shall give cognitive behavioral therapy lessons to a human. Prediction. The human will end up wasting my time because I believe humans to be weak and disappointing. Outcome. Well, I guess now is as good as any other time to show you my new spell card. Now then, the music stopped. Now then, where were we? Oh, right. We were just... no, wait. Now Yuuka Kazami has the blicky. Alright. We were just seeing if you were really wasting my time or not. I better save. I'm just gonna click this. I don't even know what this does. I've done this the whole time. Let me quiz you on some of the things we learned today. Oh, fuck. If you get it right, that means you've been deep in listening, and therefore have not... I'm so glad I saved. Get it wrong, and well, you'll just be confirming what I knew. Now, on to the first question. Let's start with something basic. What does CBT stand for? Cognitive behavioral therapy. Okay, good. Next for the next question. What is a cognitive thought journal? I did skip some of it. I think it's obvious. It's obvious. Good. Think. Yes. I didn't. Good thing. I just. Come now. I was never going to hurt you. I just like to have fun and toy around with humans. They're so unique. Sometimes I just mess around with them. Other times they turn into fertilizer for the sunflowers. Like all at once? Mostly kidding with that one. Yes. Well, that makes it worse. Anyways, let's take the thought experiment from the top now, shall we? Experiment. I shall give CBT lessons to a human. Prediction. Wait, the human will end up wasting my time. Okay, that concludes the lessons. This is it. I've done it. Try out whichever method works best for you. Whenever you need, use it. Whenever you need, use it. Right, make use of what I taught you today. I mean it. That said, I had a really good time today. Thank you. You're free to come back anytime you want if you need a refresher. I do hope to see you soon. I better see you soon. Well, take care now. That's it. Replay game? Nah, I missed something. I have to. Alright, we'll see. Well, what happens if I tell her what she doesn't want to hear? Obviously not the right answers when she's holding the gun to me. What is... Marry me, Yuuka. Next question, I guess. Okay, just... Okay. Look at this, when you write about. When you experiment with calling Yuuka cute. Please don't just do the same thing. Are you shitting? No, I really don't think Yuuka Kazami would just, put up with this shit. I don't even know that much, but I'm pretty sure I've gathered the context. Yep, it's the same? Really? Did that just happen? Okay. Well, Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this mustache video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed these cognitive behavioral therapy lessons with Yuuka Kazami and Mustache. And you have a great day, or afternoon, or evening, and I'll see you in the next video. PewDiePie.